Hello, everybody. So today we are going to start with something exciting, decimal division. So you all probably remember from last year that we learned how to divide whole numbers, right? So we could, for example, divide 78 into 3 groups. And we learned a method to do that last year. So today we're going to work on dividing decimals by whole numbers. And we'll use a lot of the same strategies and ideas that we used when we were learning to multiply decimals. So let's start with one example problem. So let's say Jamal paid $3.74 for 2 ballpoint pens. We want to find out how much did one pen cost. So we know that the total was $3.74, and we want to know how much each pen was. So let me show you a way that we could solve that.
We are going to use the base 10 blocks to represent $3.74 and use that to determine the price of just one pen. The first thing that I'm going to do is just write down the problem that I am representing. That's $3.74 divided by 2. And I am going to use different colored base 10 blocks to help me visualize the problem more easily. I'm first going to move over the blocks that represent $3.74. So I need 3 flats. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. And I need 7 rods. And I need 4 hundredths. So I am dividing $3.74 by 2, and I'm going to record my work here. So I know that I need 2 even groups, and I will move the blocks to create those 2 equal groups. I'll start by moving the flats. I can put 1 flat in each group, and I'm going to record that. If I put 1 flat in each group, I have taken 2 of the flats from the total. So what that leaves me with is 1 flat, which I see here, 7 rods, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 4 cubes right here. The flat, I cannot divide up evenly into the groups. So what I need to do is trade the flat for 10 rods. Instead of moving the 10 rods over, what I can do is just click on the flat, make sure that it's highlighted in blue, and then I'll click on the break up pieces button at the bottom. You'll notice that the flat changed color. It's now 10 green rods, and these rods I can divide up evenly amongst the 2 groups. So I'm going to put 1 in every group until it is no longer possible to keep dividing up the rods. Okay, so I've divided up the rods as evenly as I can. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 rods in each group. So now I can record that on the side here. So each of the groups has 8 rods. So I have 8 tenths in each group. So here I'm going to put down 8 tenths, which is the same as 80 hundredths. And altogether, I have divided up 16 rods, and those 16 rods have a value of 1 whole and 6 tenths, or 60 hundredths. So I'm going to subtract that amount. And the amount that I still have left over is 1/10, or 1 rod, and 4 hundredths, or 4 cubes. So once again, I have a block that I cannot put into either group because then the groups will be uneven. So I want to make a trade for this 1 rod. I could move over 10 of the cubes, but a shortcut would be to just click on the rod and then click on the break up pieces button at the bottom, and now I have 10 cubes. So all of these cubes I will divide up evenly amongst the 2 groups. Okay, I have divided up the cubes evenly between the 2 groups. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cubes on one side, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cubes on the other side. So again, I want to represent that in my written work. So 7 cubes represent 7 hundredths. And if I have 7 hundredths on this side and 7 hundredths on this side, that is 14 hundredths altogether. And so here I have 0 left over, and that makes sense. I don't have any more blocks that I can divide up. I'm going to add these together to get my quotient. Okay, so now I want to double check that my answer is correct. So this says that I have $1.87 on each side. I have one flat, which represents $1. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rods that represent the 8/10. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cubes, which represent the 7/100ths. So this is my final and correct answer. So now what I can do is click on the share button below. I'm going to click on copy image. Here is all the work that I've done. I'm going to right click and then select copy image again. I will go back to the slideshow, and here I will right click and then select paste. When I have my work, I can resize it just by dragging the corners, and I can move it wherever I want this to be. Okay. So we have now determined the price of one pen. It was $1.87. We are going to use the base.
So I want to come back here really quickly to make a couple of points. So you can also just take a screenshot like we've already been doing. This is just another strategy to take a photo of your work. So today when you solve your problems, I expect to see your work with the cubes and then your written work showing how you divide it. Now, I know that some of you are thinking I can just skip straight to the written work. I don't need the cubes. I want you to use the cubes today because I've noticed a lot of people are making errors with the place value. So for example, they're writing 7/10 instead of 7/100 because they're putting that decimal point in the wrong place. And when you have the cubes in front of you, you have a way to check if your answer is correct using more than one strategy, which we know is something important to do in math. So what are we going to do today? Let me show you. So I'll give you your tools, the block app. You can click right here. It'll take you to the blocks. And there's a little video here of how to take a screenshot if you need that. So you're going to try this problem. Your answer goes here and your work goes here. So again, I expect to see a screenshot of the blocks and your written math over here. Same thing. And then this is a word problem where again, you're going to show your work using the blocks and written work. So if you're feeling a little confused right now, that's totally okay. Go ahead and try it out, do your best, and then tomorrow during help hours, if you need some more help, you can come and review it. Because I know that this seems like a lot at first, but once you get started, it will make much more sense. All right, let's go.